Good morning, grade 3, and a warm welcome to the class, children. Yes, children, have you, last year it was in news, there was a fire spread in Australia. You were in grade 2 at that time. So I think some of you may remember, you may recall, or if you don't, you may ask your parents. Okay, there was a wildfire in Australia. Now, what do you think, children, of a wildfire? What do you think a wildfire is? Think wildfire. Why they have used the word wildfire? So wildfire is, children, a fire that burns in a wild area of land and that spreads quickly. That's the meaning of wildfire. The fire that burns in a wild area of land that spreads quickly. So today we are going to learn. Let's see this lesson, an interesting lesson. It's from the book Wildfire by Mavis Thorpe Clarke. So let's begin right away. We are on page 102 and 103. That's unit 13. Okay, children, why do you think that the fire would spread more easily in a dry weather or when it rains? What do you think? Where do you think a fire spreads more quickly or more easily? Will it be in a dry weather or will it be when it rains? Why? Yes, most of you know this answer. There's no need to think. Correct? In dry weather, because rain could help to put off the fire. So let's start. This is an extract from Wildfire. Wildfire. This is part of a story set in Australia. Children, in Australia. So last year also it was in news. This place, Australia, this country, Australia, was in news because of fire. You could ask your parents or you could search, Google search. It's always good, to search or make notes. This will help you. A group of friends are caught up in a wildfire that sweeps across dry grassland. Children, just now I told you, no? Why do you think a fire would spread? Where do you think a fire would spread more easily? In a dry weather or when it rains? So children, see, they have very clearly said dry grassland. So you could connect the wildfire with the dry grassland. So that's the reason why wildfire, the fire that burns in a wild area of land and it spreads quickly. Jan sets out alone in search of her brother Shane and is separated from the others. So that means, children, there are a group of children. So children, first try to relate this, okay, the characters, then things will be easier for you. So this is Jan and Shane. Her brother is Shane, and Jan sets out alone in search of her brother Shane. So that means Shane is somewhere in this wildfire. He's somewhere lost or he's stuck. Let's see. And Jan is set out to search for her brother and is separated from the others. So now even Jan is separated from others and her brother is also somewhere in the fire. So these two are separated from each other and from their friends. Right? They plunged on. Children, what's the meaning of plunged on? Plunge, children, see, it is your past tense, past participle. It is plunged is, children, you will continue on with determination. Well, now what's the meaning of determination? You will not change your decision. You're determined. Okay. So that's the meaning of plunged on. Plunged on is to continued on with determination. Like you plunge into the water. Okay. So that's the action over here. Plunged on. Continued on with determination. So here it is what, children? Plunged into the smoky forest. That means she just went into with determination. Okay. She continued entering the forest with a determination. Why she was determined, children? Because of her brother. Her brother Shane was in the wildfire. He was stuck. Or let's see what happens to him as the story proceeds. Sometimes they were engulfed in clouds of smoke like stinking yellow mountain mist. So children, stinking is a foul smell, a dirty smell. Now mist is, the tiny droplets of water what you have, that. But Bill knew the way so well that he went forward unearningly. Children, what is the meaning of unearningly? Yes? Children, look here. It is highlighted here. So unearningly is without any mistakes. You're very sure. You're very sure. Like not going astray or not missing the mark. Okay, that could be not missing the mark. No error. Faultless. So that's the meaning of unerringly. So children, look here. But Bill knew the way so well that he went forward unerringly. Children, what is the meaning of this? So was Bill sure or unsure? Yes? Bill was unsure of the way to go? That would be a false statement. Bill was sure. Okay? He knew the way. That's the meaning of this word. It means not going astray, not missing the mark. So now children, how many characters we had? Jan, Shane, and then you had Bill. Okay? So they plunged on. Now all of them are in the forest searching for Jan's brother Shane. Suddenly he stopped. Listen, a coo-ee. Children, this coo-ee, what's the meaning of this? It is, this word originated in Australia. It is, to attract the attention, to find missing people or indicate that of one's own location. It's like, a high-pitched call. So that's a long, loud call used to attract the attention when you are at a distance. It is this originated in Australia, the origin people of Australia. So that's how this word came into being, cooee. Okay. So it is mostly done in the in Australian bushes. Children, now this word could be a noun and a verb also. You could look out for that in the dictionary. So, the long drawn out first syllable floated to them on the smoke, followed by the whip-like ending. Children, see this whip-like ending. What's the meaning of whip-like ending? It is a short and sharp ending, like the snap of a whip. Snap means when you move a whip. Have you seen a whip, children? Generally hunters, or if you have gone for a bullock ride, you will experience. Of course, it's cruelty to animals, whipping of animals, but you could hear that sound, okay? So that's the meaning. Whip-like ending is a short and sharp ending like the snap of a whip. Jan was cooing. It did not sound very loud. There were too many other noises to drown the call. Children, drown the call. This is also a phrase. What's the meaning of drown the call? Drown the call is hide the sound of the call in the noise. So in the noise, okay, maybe they heard it very faint or very, because, oh yes children, think. Okay, first let me tell you the meaning. Drown the call. Drown the call is what? To hide the sound of the call in the noise. Okay, because the noise of the fire is so loud that Jan's call could hardly be heard. Okay, so as I said, very soft. Children, just read this line again. Okay, and just read it again. You may pause the video and read. So when Jan cooed, children, the writer tells us that there was a loud, okay, it did not sound very loud. What the writer is saying, it did not sound very loud, and her voice was drowned. Okay, that means it could, where there was very faint, very faintly you could hear the noise. Why do you think, children, why do you think the writers has told us this? What do you think could be the other sounds? Think. What do you think would be the other sounds? Think, come on, children. Where is the setting? It's in the forest. Yes? What could it be? It could be, children, the other sound could be, the crackling of the trees, falling down of the trees, the sound of the wind. Okay? The sound of the wind. So that could be the sound, and that's why the sound was, the noises drowned the call. That means her call was faintly heard. They listened. Each cooey came nearer. It was unlikely that she thought they would be on this track. Children, please read this sentence again. It was unlikely that she thought they would be on this track. What's the meaning of this, children? First, the meaning of unlikely. Quickly, come on, open your dictionaries. Unlikely means what? They listened. Each cooey came nearer. It was unlikely that she thought they would be on this track. Children, look here. It was unlikely that she thought they would be on this track. First, find the meaning of unlikely. As I told you, come on, open your dictionaries fast. Unlikely is doubtful, not likely to happen. Okay? So, probably, children, find the meaning of probably. Probably she wanted anyone at all who might be in the vicinity to know she was there. Children, see this probably. Probably is what? Yes, find out. Probably is when it is doubtless. Okay. Now, children, see this. Unlikely means you're doubtful, not likely to happen. And probably is, okay, that probably is doubtless, very likely. When something will happen or it will turn out to be true. But you are not certain enough to say that, it will, definitely it will. So that's the meaning of probably. It was unlikely that she thought they would be on this track. Now, who is they, children? They is, this is Jan. Okay, Jan is her brother Shane. Now, they is who? Bill. Okay, Bill and his friend. I don't think they have given us the name of his friend. So, Bill and his friend. Probably she wanted anyone at all who might be in the vicinity to know she was there. Okay. So, Jane, why was she cooing, children? Because she wanted them to know. That was an indication for them, that is for Bill and his friend, to know that she was there. What did I tell you, children? Cooey is, it means, what does it mean? It means a loud, high-pitched call to attract attention when you are at a distance. She's coming back, coming this way. So who's saying this, children? This is Bill. Okay. Children, please see the characters. Then Jan came out of the smoke. She was crying and so distraught that she didn't, children, the meaning of distraught is upset. Okay, it means upset. That she didn't ask how or why they were there. Children, look here, she was crying. Okay, she had just come out from the smoke. And she didn't ask. Now, she's wondering how these two are there. Okay. Now, perhaps she understood. Shane was their friend too. So, her brother Shane, okay, that means all these were friends in one group. Bill, Shane, Jan, and this boy. We don't know this boy's name. You could read this book, children, and find out the name. Okay. So, where are we? We are somewhere here. Perhaps she understood Shane was their friend too. Fires! Fires right across the track. We can't get through. How near? Quarter of a mile? Perhaps not burning as fast now. Children, see this perhaps. Can you see this apostrophe here? We have learnt apostrophe of contraction, no? So which is the missing, this contraction takes the place of which missing letter? See children, the spelling. So it is ERH. Okay. This apostrophe here takes these letters, these missing letters. It takes the place of these missing letters. Not burning as fast now, but creeping up over everything, swallowing everything. Children, who is this creeping up and swallowing everything? Who is this? Children, what is to swallow? When you don't bite, we don't chew, we just swallow. Okay? Mummy will give you a tasty cake or a burger and you will eat, swallow it. No? Don't want to chew it and we don't want to bite it. Children, see this creeping in and swallowing everything. Look at it again, children. These are, some words used for the fire, and this actually, where do we use these words, children? We humans use these words, no? Creeping, this is an action of a human. But these words are used for the fire, creeping up, swallowing, right? I can't get through. I can't get through to Shane. Jane was streaked with grim and smoke and tears. Children, streaked, what's the meaning? Cover. Okay, cover all over. Like you say, your tears were streaking all on her face, on her cheeks. So Jane was streaked with grim. Grim is what, children? A layer of dirt and smoke and tears. Now children, what evidence from the text? Look at these two paragraphs and find out what evidence in the text shows you that she was distraught. What's the meaning of distraught? Upset. So what evidence in the text shows you? Find out here, children. You could underline or you could mark. Yes? Can you see, children? It is given here, no? She was streaked with grim and smoke and tears. So this is an evidence that shows you that she was distraught. She was crying. Now they realized that the wind was not altogether subdued by the cold front. Children, so was the fire going off? Read the sentence again. Was the fire going off? Subdued is what? Calm. Okay, the meaning of subdued is calmed. So was the fire going off? Children, read carefully. Was not altogether. Children, you need to be very careful when you're reading to understand. Okay, so that would be, what would it be? The fire was, what do you think? The fire was getting off? Think. Okay, let's continue. That a fierce gust had risen again. So that means the fire was not getting off. It was not going off. It did continue. And fire was spotting over their heads. Children, spotting over here is what? Spotting is dropping like rain. Okay, spotting means over here it means dropping. It had all the viciousness of fire out of control, of wildfire. That's the meaning, children, of wildfire. Bill knew and the others quickly realized that retreat was cut off. Children, see the word here. This is a phrase over here. Retreat was cut off. What do you mean by retreat was cut off? Okay. Retreat was cut off is what? The way back was cut off. They cannot go back the way they came. Because why they couldn't go back, children? Because the fire is still there. So that's the reason why they couldn't go back. Children, see a cold front, a weather term meaning a mass of cold air. So children, what do you think? They could go back the way they came? Yes, true or false? Could they go back? No, they couldn't. Okay, so that would be a false statement. Okay, and what's the meaning of viciousness? Violent, cruel. Okay, this character, children, we could use it, for a cruel person when you're writing stories or you want to show that the character is. We could use this for this lesson, what's that? Treasure Island. There are characters in that Treasure Island who are vicious. Now children, what I want you to do is you're going to read this. Okay. After reading, you're going to do the word check. Now children, if you're careful when you're listening to this text, you will see that I have discussed most of the word checks and phrases. Right? So what you're going to do is this you will do in the textbook. Phrases you will write in the notebook. After that, children, even this I have discussed. If you are attentive, you will find out these answers. Even the question B, children, I have discussed while I was explaining the lesson. Even this list the words and phrases the writer has used to describe the fire as a living thing. As I told you, children, over here, see, creeping up, swallowing. These are all the writer has used to describe the fire as a living thing. There's even one more word, children, over here. Let me see. I'm not going to tell you. You find out. There's one more word which the writer has used to show that the fire is a living thing. So you read, write. This you can do it in the textbook. And the B1, you will do it in your notebook. Now children, write a few sentences to explain what you think happens next in the story. Now children, you could even find the story, Google search, or I think if, I doubt if somebody has this book. I think Treasure Island, most of you have it. This, if you have, it's good, nice. So find out what happens in the end of the story. Or what do you think? What you think? Yes, they have given you what you think happens next in the story. So what do you think? Does she find her brother? Or again they are separated, again they are lost? So what would be the story ending? Okay, children, we have story endings, no? A happy ending, sad ending. So what do you think? And children, please make an attempt to write the answers. I've already discussed. Many of you children, you all wait for me to give you the answers. Of course, I'm going to give it. I'm going to post it. But children, that's not the idea to copy and write and send me. And then, I say, okay, your work is completed. That's not the idea. The idea is, children, that you be independent learners and you're responsible for your learning. That's the idea of learning. Not just, send me the question answers. Okay, ma'am, we have done, I've completed. That's not the idea. Okay. Please make an attempt. It doesn't matter if you're wrong because we all are learners. I will, of course, post the answers later when I write. But make an attempt, please. So that's all, children. Enjoy your learning.